Hello, and welcome to another edition of the DeSoto Diaries. My name's Sean Donahue, and with me behind the camera is...
Michael Donahue, as always.
As always, joining me. Thank you, Mike, for joining me again today. We're going to do the electrical system today. Well, not the entire electrical system. What we're going to focus in on, if you want to come down here, is this funny-looking thing at the end of the steering column.
Can we get a light for this? It's tough to see on camera.
I can put one up for us.
Okay.
Here. There we go. How's that?
That's a lot better.
Okay. So this funny-looking thing on the end of the steering column actually controls the lights. And what happens is there's a metal rod inside the column that goes all the way down here. And that metal rod is actually attached, if we come over here, inside the car to this lever right here. And that's actually the light switch. And as you turn that lever around, it rotates that metal rod at the end of the switch. And inside the switch is actually a disc that moves and makes the connections across these contacts, completing the circuit. And that is what will turn the headlights on, that'll turn the cowl light on, that'll turn the tail light on as you move the rotation of that. Now, that's a very difficult part to come by. The one that's on the car was given to us by a gentleman out in Oregon named John. And we got to him through the bulletin board service. Now, if you want to come over here, we have another one of those light switches. And if you're doing a restoration on one of these cars, this is one of the most interesting things to restore. Because this is what it actually looks like inside. So underneath you have all of these contacts. The wires that you saw in the car would come into each one of these contacts. And then as you move that lever on the steering wheel, it's going to move this disc around, completing the circuit on these contacts. And that is how the lights actually light up. So you can see how we've come a long way in a relatively short period of time on the restoration of this 29. And Mike, you remember how we got the 29. Anybody who's followed the series before knows that this thing was buried in a barn for 53 years.
Yep.
So we've put the bumper on, and we've also put the lights on. We've got everything hooked up, and once the switches are thrown, the circuits are completed, and all the lights light. That's this edition of the DeSoto Diaries. We've also got, hand out here, that's Mike's restoration project. A 1973, what is it, Mike?
It is a Harley-Davidson golf cart.
That's right.
We are currently trying to get running, and we have come a long way from it not moving. And the wheels actually did not turn, and it would light on fire every time we tried to start it. So we've got it kind of idling now, and looking to advance on that.
And we're going to do a video diary on that. And that's going to be Mike's restoration project. That'll be the Harley-Davidson Diaries, so keep an eye out for that. And this is our youngest restorer, John Jameson. You want to get in the truck? Okay. To finish out this episode of the DeSoto Diaries, Jameson, would you honk the horn? Go ahead.